Hey guys, Shadow here, and welcome back to Sherlock Holmes Crimes and Punishments.
Not a word. Into your clothes and come. I'll wait for you in the sitting room. I've just received a note from Inspector Lestrade. A letter from the suburbs. He is in need of my presence. Whenever he has asked for my assistance, it has always turned out to be entirely justified. I fancy that every one of his cases has found its way into your collection.
Yes, they all seem worthy of...
However, I regret your fatal habit of looking at everything from the point of view of a story instead of a scientific exercise.
Oh, Holmes, you...
I beg your pardon, I digress. It would be much better to examine this letter than to try to convince you.
What now? I don't think I want to look out here. Okay, it's creepy that she's looking back.
The letter is on the table, Holmes. You should take a look.
Where? There's no letter on the table.
The letter is on the table, Holmes. You should take a look.
This is just... Oh. That's a desk, not a table. 2218 Baker Street, London. Sherlock.
I can tell from Lestrade's handwriting that he was in a hurry when he wrote this letter.
Okay.
A wax seal with the monogram E.B.
E.B.?
The Brackenstall family coat of arms.
Abbey Grange, Marsham, Kent, 3:30 a.m. My dear Mr. Holmes, I should be very glad of your immediate assistance in what promises to be a most remarkable case. It is something quite in your line. Except for releasing the lady, I will see that everything is kept exactly as I found it. But I beg you not to lose an instant, as it is difficult to leave Sir Eustace there. Yours faithfully, Inspector Lestrade.
So, what is it, Holmes?
Promising, as always. It appears to be a case of murder.
So you believe that Sir Eustace is dead?
I should say so. Lestrade wouldn't have sent for me for less. His writing shows considerable agitation, and he is not an emotional man. These people belong to high society. The quality of the writing paper, the E.B. monogram, their coat of arms. The crime was committed before midnight.
Holmes, how can you possibly tell?
Well, it is all thanks to Lestrade. He wrote his letter at 3:30 in the morning. Imagine the chain of events before that. The local police had to be called in. Scotland Yard was notified. Lestrade himself had to make haste there, and finally compose the letter he sent to me. All of that makes for a fair night's work.
It makes sense. Lestrade also speaks of the woman he released.
That seems to indicate that she had been held somewhere during the crime. Much time has been wasted. Let us find a cab and go to Abbey Grange immediately. I live in hope of an interesting morning.
Abbey Grange, here we come. It is kind of neat that you can see out the windows and see the scenery going past.
Ah, Mr. Holmes and Dr. Watson, here you are. I'm very glad that you have come, but perhaps I should not have troubled you after all.
And why is that?
Lady Brackenstall has come to her senses, and she has given so clear an account of the affair that there is not much left for us to do. You remember that Lewisham gang of burglars?
What, the three Randalls?
Exactly. The father and two sons. It's their work. They stole a silver service, which is of great value.
Sir Eustace Brackenstall is dead, then?
Yes. His head was knocked in with his own poker.
A violent act of aggression.
Yes, the poor lady. She has had a most dreadful experience. She was assaulted and tied to a chair. But I think that you would best see her and hear her account of the facts. She's in the morning room with her maid to raise a right.
Where is the body of the deceased?
In the dining room. We haven't touched anything.
All right, I'm going to examine it.
Very good, Watson.
So,
Sir Warthen Brackenstall. Lord Ramsay Brackenstall. Baron Lyndon Brackenstall.
okay then.
Lord George Brackenstall. Ladies, allow me to introduce myself.
Ow.
My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm assisting Inspector Lestrade in this investigation.
Mr. Holmes, I am the wife of Sir Eustace Brackenstall. We were married only a year ago.
I am sorry for your loss. Please accept my deepest condolences.
I suppose that it is no use my attempting to conceal that our marriage has not been a happy one. I fear that all would tell you that, even if I were to attempt to deny it.
Interesting. Very intriguing. There's one left. What is it? What the hell does it say? Pale? Pale cheeks.
Can you describe to me the events of yesterday evening?
Is it really necessary? I have already told Inspector Lestrade all that happened.
Yes, madam, it is.
I will tell you then. Sir Eustace retired about 10:30. I sat in this room until after 11, absorbed in a book. Before I went upstairs, I entered the dining room to fetch a candle and... oh God.
Please, go on.
As I approached the French window, I found myself face to face with an elderly, broad-shouldered man who had just stepped into the room. Close behind the first man, I saw two others. One of them struck me a savage blow with his fist and felled me unconscious to the ground.
And then?
When I came to myself, I found that they had secured me tightly to a dining room chair. It was at that instant my unfortunate husband entered the room.
He fought with the intruders?
Yes, I think he had heard them, for he was holding his stick. But they were three, and he eventually succumbed. One of them, the elder one, struck him a terrible blow with the poker. I fainted once more. When I opened my eyes, they had withdrawn. Then my brave Teresa came to my assistance.
Did these three villains steal anything?
Yes, I found that they had taken the silver from the sideboard. But you can see for yourself in the dining room.
You mentioned that your marriage was not a happy one. Was there anything specific that was troubling you?
He was not a nice man when he was drunk, and he suffered from dark moods, but nothing else.
The bruises on your hands are at least 1 week old. Your husband caused those bruises?
Oh, do you? Yes, he did. He was very angry at the time. Out of control. Again.
Like last night when he punched you in the eye?
Eustace was a drunkard. To be tied to such a man for life is worse than death.
Is that why you killed him?
Your ladyship?
What about you?
Teresa, I would like to hear your testimony.
Certainly, sir.
Something about collar, I thought it said. No. caring, working hands. Handkerchief, vinegar smell. Hearing. Coffee stain.
As I sat by my bedroom window, I saw 3 men in the moonlight down by the lodge gate. But I thought nothing of it at the time. Oh, if I'd known.
And then?
I went to bed, and it was more than an hour after that I heard my mistress scream. And down I ran, to find her tied to the chair and him on the floor with his head smashed. That's all I know.
Something's not adding up here. It's too simple. The Times. Family business booming. The Randall gang is back on the street. Less than a fortnight ago, this infamous family of burglars, the Randalls as they are known, made their reappearance by the way of a brutal but successful intrusion into one of the wealthier homes in Sydenham. The police are already on their trail. However, the details of the crime are being kept confidential, including the name of the victim. A witness was able to provide a precise description of all 3 men, and this will surely give the police a chance to complete their profile of the family of delinquents. We would take the liberty of reminding our established readers about this highly dangerous band and to provide a full description it is available at this moment. The gang have been in business for some considerable time, being a family of 3, a father and 2 sons. The elder, Jack Randall, is a man in his 40s and already gray-haired, while of average height and build. Being the mastermind behind the burglaries, he retains control over his sons, both whom are close in age but very different in appearance. His first son, William Randall, is tall and broad-shouldered, with a small, disproportionate head. The younger brother, Melvin Randall, is a somewhat weaker constitution and is as skinny as a rake. The gang is wanted not only for their frequent thefts and break-ins, but for their exceptional, brutal pirate career they enjoyed before returning to England. Be aware, and may your valuables stay safe. What'd I get from the... Oh, I got to keep the silver knife. I wanted the gold knife. Not quite 25. She is from a wealthy Australian family. She has been married for a little more than a year. She has, in all probability, suffered physical violence over the course of the last fortnight. The lady lives a solitary lifestyle, seldom venturing outside. Teresa is very attracted to her mistress. Oh, attached. And has known her for a considerable time. She is the only resident servant in Abbey Grange, cooking for, serving, and nursing Lady Brackenstall. She would not hesitate to protect her in the event of any trouble. There's one person left to meet. That's going to be the suspect. Investigate the murder of the Abbey Grange. Inspect the room where Lady Brackenstall is resting. Inspect the crime scene at the dining room. Bruises. Strahd's statement.
The description of the Randall gang provided by Lady Brackenstall is identical to the one in the Times article.
Yes, too identical. Honestly, I mean, if she just read that, if she could just take the...
This photograph of Lady Brackenstall and her maid Teresa was taken at a port, but which one? So the lady and her maid came from Australia a year and a half ago on this ship. A trapper's hut.
Is there nothing else to inspect in here? No, it seems like there should be. Back to the room where Lady... Yeah. Oh. Wait, what was that?
These scratches are most definitely made by the picture frame.
Ah.
This is Sir Eustace's safe. There may be something important inside. I must ask Lady Brackenstall to open it. Lady Brackenstall, could you open this wall safe?
No, it is my husband's safe. I do not know the combination.
We have to open it. Your ladyship?
So...
Let us try to open this safe. This safe can be cracked. I only have to pay attention. The dial will vibrate when it is set to the correct number.
Okay. That seems a little bit too easy, if you ask me. Damn it. There. There. What's this? Sir Eustace, your current physical and mental state is of great concern. There are several signs of a hepatic decompensation. Last time that we met, your eyes were bloodshot and your skin was tinged with yellow. There is a particular odor from your breath that is common in those suffering from liver damage. Then there are the lung abscesses that we have discussed. The leg cramps you have described to me are caused by it has a word in there that I don't want to screw up and say, but an alteration to the nervous system, which in turn is caused by an excess of alcohol. That includes the tremors. Your liver seemed exclusively hard at the time of your examination, which is a sign of evolving cirrhosis. There are also signs of ascites fluid in the peritoneal cavity, which are evident with the swollen stomach. Pain beneath your left rib indicates a pancreatic malady, which may lead to fatal and fulminant pancreatitis. Your condition may pose a risk to others. Your excessive alcohol consumption lowers your self-control and heightens your aggression. I am available to help you with this problem. There are a number of treatment options.
Antique coins, possibly of value, but they're scattered without care. It is common practice to keep one's valuables in a safe behind a painting. It should not really pose a challenge for a criminal.
Right. I mean, if I was able to crack it... I'm guessing I'm done investigating that. Yeah. So there's another reason that doesn't make sense. Ooh. It's there for a second.
So
damn it! There.
Lord Brigham Brackenstall.
Lord Brigham
The Brackenstall family seems rather austere.
Steer.
You should examine the body of Sir Eustace Brackenstall.
I thought that's what you were doing. Interesting. So that's where they would have come in at, right?
Antique hunting weapons.
You gonna tell me that these guys stopped to have a drink?
This glass has some wine traces, but no visible beeswing.
Beeswing?
There is beeswing at the bottom, as if the wine had not been decanted before being poured. This glass has some wine traces, but no visible beeswing. It is rather strange that only one of these glasses has dregs of beeswing inside it, while the other two are clear.
Yeah.
A decanter standing next to the open bottle, an inseparable pair indeed. Chateau Calon-Ségur, French wine, Grand Cru.
So only one
A
was...
fur trader's cabin.
Only one was not ran through the decanter.
A deer hunt. The hunting scene. These wine bottles are expensive and mostly from France.
And yet they're not missing.
A bottle of wine is missing here.
I'm guessing it's the one on the table.
An empty silverware box. It appears that the intruders have stolen the contents.
I doubt that very highly. Everything
This
else...
candlestick is valuable. It is interesting that it was not also stolen.
Right.
The criminals did not thoroughly ransack the house. They only took a little silverware.
Something that most people wouldn't care went missing.
This is the chair that Lady Brackenstall was tied to. Sailor's knots. That's interesting. This rope was handled by the murderers. We need a scent hound to follow their trail. I will take it with me.
Really? The damn dog at your house?
This door leads to the upstairs bedrooms. Apparently the criminals did not venture there.
Right. Why not? There could have been more valuable stuff upstairs. Why wouldn't they have done that?
A fur trader's cabin. It appears that the bell rope was cut by someone taller than me.
Interesting.
So, Watson, what have you learned from examining Sir Eustace's body?
Well, I can confirm that the death was instant. Sir Eustace was facing his attacker when he received the blow to his head. There are no other apparent injuries.
Quite a large stick, a formidable weapon.
Right. They said that he had his stick.
Barefoot. He had therefore been in bed and did not have time to fully dress. The head was cracked with the force of the blow. That must be the murder weapon.
So, somebody hit him with his poker. Which I thought they said that he already... I'm missing something here.
It is covered in blood. Sir Eustace might have struck his head upon it while falling from the blow. That is one possible explanation.
Okay, then. Oop, no
The
picture.
hunting scene. A trapper's hut.
Damn it.
A trapper's...
Okay, then. Collect Toby from Baker Street and follow the scent trail. Alright, I guess we're going to Baker Street to get Toby. It doesn't... It doesn't make sense. Just too clean.
Come on, Toby. We need the best nose in the British Empire on this case.
Now back to Abbey Grange. What we're doing. I was gonna open up deductions, but apparently I can't do that. I don't know why.
Search, Toby.
I knew it. Plays the dog. Really? What the hell is this?
The intruders entered the shed for some reason when they were making off with the silverware.
That's where they left the silverware at. Man, this dog is slow. Doesn't make sense, he's got stubby. What the hell?
The scent leads to the well. I should check it.
So I'm guessing I'm just doing a preliminary wide area search, and then with Toby, and then Sherlock will do it all later. Or I'll do it with Sherlock later.
The intruder's trail is lost behind this wall. The criminals left the house through the French window. They walked to the shed, then across to the well, before fleeing by climbing over the wall. I wonder why they chose such a winding route.
Yes.
The intruder's trail is lost behind this wall.
It sounds like there's another dog over there, though. Also, I'm about out of time, so we'll have to investigate the well and the shed in the next video. So until then, I hope you guys enjoyed. I screwed up. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video. So until then, see you later.